Okay, so I have these cool little computers here from a company called OEM Productions. They're these guys. They're about 8 inches by 8 inches by only about an inch thick. So they're pretty small, nice and compact. They have like a Intel Atom 1.6 gig processor in them. You add the RAM, add the hard drive. I like to use solid states because that really adds to the speed. And you can get these guys off Newegg for like 160 bucks. They work great. I've had no problems with them. They have VGA, HDMI, external power, so the power supply is not built into this. 2 USB ports in the back, one in the front, gigabit LAN, and audio in and out. So neat little PCs, especially if you need something that's small, compact for a good work area, and great for an office environment. Only downside is they don't come with any kind of mounting brackets, and I contacted the manufacturer and they don't seem to have any available either. So what I want to talk to you about today is how to make and install these. What I did is this is the finished product. Here's what this looks like. So it's a piece of zinc 2x4 holder that I got over at Home Depot. It's a construction thing. It's like $1.75. What I did is I got some spray paint. Got some nice black matte spray paint, so it matches the matte finish of this. And then I got a couple of little felt pads that go on the inside, and then some double-sided sticky foam tape. This is just by Scotch. So this external piece was about $1.75. The roll of Scotch tape was like $4, but I only used small little pieces there so I can make lots of these things off of one roll. These little felt pads here came in a package of, I think, 16 of them for like $3. So not a whole lot to make this, and of course, can of spray paint, whatever spray paint you want. So basically what you do is you just paint this. You don't have to really, you can paint the inside, give it one little coat. You don't have to be perfect with it because the machine's going to slide directly in here and it's going to block it all. But put one coat at least on the inside, and then I put about probably 3 or 4 coats on the outside just because I wanted nice and solid, and good thick coat. I didn't want it to get easily scratched or anything like that. Once it's totally dry, which usually takes several hours to be completely dry to the point where it's not going to come off on your hands, just cut a piece of the tape and stick it right in there, leaving one of the sticky sides on. This particular one comes with 1 hole on one side and 2 holes on the other side. I want to mount this to the wall or to the inside of a cabinet using the 2 holes. So what I did is I put a piece of the felt over the 1 hole, just so that way if I have someone else install this, they know, not that side. So from this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these little wood screws, just a little 3/4 inch wood screw, and that's going to go right into here to mount it to the wall. And so this way, or the cabinet, this way the inside of my cabinet is 3/4 inches. Because of the head sticking out this side, it's not going to go all the way through, but it will have a good solid connection there to hold that in place. So that'll mount that in place. Once I have the screw in there, I'm going to take one of my little felt pads, the same one that I put on the inside of this right here, one of these little felt pads, and I'm going to cover the screw with it. It just is you peel it off this wax paper and stick it right on. That's going to stick over the screw. That's going to prevent the screw from scratching the computer once you put it in there. So once that's in place, and it's all mounted to the inside of your cabinet, you can just take the computer, peel the inside of this off right here so that way the sticky part is exposed, and then literally just set it right in there. Now the U shape is going to obviously protect it against gravity. The sticky tape is going to prevent it from sliding back and forth, so it's in place, but it's not so sticky that you can't pull it out if you have to work on it. You can remove it and put it back in place, and of course you could always add more sticky tape later on if you needed to. You want to make sure you put your felt pads in there so you're not scratching up this guy. This is also slightly wider than this, so once you put your felt pads in, you're going to get a nice good tight fit. You can always, depending on the thickness of your felt pads, you can always stack them if you need to as well to give it a better fit to hold it in place. But once it's in place, you're good to go there.